Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to night 2 of WrestleMania. So, we are going to go through the whole show as it is, and then afterwards, I think we're just going to probably just encapsulate WrestleMania 38 as a whole.
Yeah.
Nights 1 and 2 will be real brief on that, I think. But first things first, if you didn't see the last video, this is Josh. We call him Jesus because he's Jewish, and he looks like Jesus. You can see it more now. He's got his luscious hair.
It's all out there.
This stuff right here. This stuff. Good God. What the hell? But yeah. So first off, expectations for the whole show.
For the whole show.
For the whole show. Like as a whole. Well, like just brief.
I would say I expected this one to be a lot more hard-hitting than night 1.
Yes.
Especially with all the matches that happened there. A lot of them were more gimmicky.
Yeah, less return pops and more just actual impressive wrestling pops. So let's kind of get into it. So first match of the night, we got RK Bro versus Alpha Academy versus the Street Profits. Now this is where WWE, you finally got tag team wrestling right.
Yes.
You finally did it. This was a great representation of that. But first off, before the match even starts, I have picked apart these 3D animations time and time again, and I still think this one looked stupid. However, it was completely okay because that RK Bro animation was so fucking funny. Because there's the Matt Riddle snake.
And the Randy Orton snake,
and
they're just fighting.
Like, I couldn't even watch the entrance because there's these two fucking 3D CGI snakes fighting each other. And it's stupid but funny. But yeah, I one of the things that you actually said during the match that actually really thought this one of the best ways to sum it up was about the Street Profits and how their contrast is what makes them such a good tag team.
Yeah, with Montez Ford being as aerial and acrobatic as he is, it really contrasts very well with Angelo Dawkins' kind of like ground and pound, more, I guess, heavyweight style of like
a more of like a bruiser, I'd say. Yeah. And gotta say, Matt Riddle, we've seen you do a lot of RKOs, but that springboard RKO was next level. You know, that was top shit. Beautiful match. RK Bro win this match and retain their Raw Tag Team titles. So the next match is the match that absolutely no one gives a shit about. And that's the Bobby Lashley versus Omos. Yeah, that one. And no.
Should just never have happened.
Nope.
Just nope.
It was boring. It was exactly what I expected. It was like there was one match that I thought was worse than it though. Which match was that? I think I forgot to write one down. I'm not gonna lie. Did we forget him? Did I forget to write down a match? I feel like I did.
I think so.
I think I did. I probably did.
But I'm pretty sure it was the New Day versus Sheamus and Ridge Holland.
It might have been that one.
Because that one ended really
fast.
fast.
Yeah, so I did write that one down. But just the thing about Omos is he has the Great Khali effect. He's big, and he does nothing.
Yeah.
He's big, that's about it. Bobby Lashley, he at least has something to him. But he's kind of like a Brock Lesnar, but he doesn't have the same credibility as Lesnar. Because with Lesnar, you can get away with it a bit because you've seen the guy as a cage fighter in the UFC, and you've seen him from like 20 years ago have this level of dominance. Bobby Lashley has always been good. He's never had the quite dominance until more recently, though.
Yeah.
So Lesnar has the credibility from doing it from basically his debut. He was unbelievably dominant. But with Lashley, he doesn't have that. So he doesn't have the same weight to him that Lesnar does. But who even won this match? Did Lashley win or?
It was. I'm pretty sure it was Bobby Lashley.
Like, yeah, the fact that I don't even remember who won is telling you how much I cared about this match. Then we had Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. So a lot of people who, there's a lot of people who said that they were not looking forward to this match. They thought it was really dumb that there was another celebrity match and that it was going to be really boring. Those people would be full of shit. And this match was fucking great. This was awesome. Now, I've watched like one Jackass movie and I only remember little bits of it. I wasn't paying very much attention. You've watched a lot more Jackass than I have. And apparently there was a billion references that I wasn't picking up on here.
Oh, yeah. there was a lot of, like, some really unique weapons that they used. Like, there was this big hand that came and smacked Sami Zayn.
I could tell it was a reference because I've never seen that in WWE before. But, yeah.
Plus, there was just, like, all the crew was basically there. Every main member of the Jackass, like, crew / family.
Who's the nearly naked motherfucker, though?
That was Party Man.
That just made me uncomfortable. I'm like, why?
He's just there to party.
Why? Yeah. And then there was what's the other dude's name? The one who gave a gorilla press or whatever, or a body slam.
Wee Man. Oh, gotta love Wee Man.
That was kind of funny.
Comes out and body slams Sami Zayn.
I thought it was Hornswoggle at first, and I was just confused. And then I was like, wait, no, this is one of the Jackass guys. But the fucking bowling ball looks so painful.
Oh,
love the giant mousetrap. Kind of botched it though a little bit because it literally hit Johnny Knoxville in the head as it was on its way. I like the rationale though that he can't lift his shoulders because the mousetrap's holding it down though. That's a nice touch. Johnny Knoxville wins that match. Very solid, very entertaining, and it was just kind of meant to be that. It was meant to be entertaining. Poor Sami Zayn. He better be getting a big check for this. Like seriously, like I'm not having this. This guy better be making a shit ton of money through all the crap he just had to go through. Guy went through absolute hell. He's like slamming his hand on big hands. He's getting kicked in the nuts. He's taking bowling balls to the nuts.
He's getting thrown into mouse traps.
He's getting off the top rope to the outside with a table full of these fuckers. Then gets hit by a big, like, this guy better be getting top tier shit. And he took a fire extinguisher. But anyways, the next match, though, is the women's tag team title match between Zelina Vega and Carmella versus Natalya and Shayna Baszler, and then Sasha Banks and Naomi, and then versus Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. And you're already seeing a problem. It takes me that long to say it because there are no team names. Make some. Just one or two at least. Anyways, though, this was pretty solid. Pretty solid. I gotta say, for all the women's tag team wrestling matches I've seen in WWE, because this is somewhere where
it gets very skeptical.
Where AEW still has a significant lead, because WWE has managed to catch up with the tag team wrestling a bit. They're still not back there yet. And their singles and stuff has gotten better. Women's tag team wrestling is still lacking. They still haven't gotten it back up there. This was a better representation of that. I was really, really hoping for Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley to win. However, Sasha Banks and Naomi would win. I'm okay with that. That seems fine. They actually go together quite well. I think that it was pretty solid overall. And yeah, any thoughts for you on the match?
I thought the lead up to the match was actually pretty good.
Yep.
Like, at first it felt like, oh, they're just adding team after team after team for no reason.
I gotta imagine it's gotta be hard to do a build-up when it's not just a 1v1 or a team v team. Because with those, you have this person's the face, this is the heel. But when you have a big mix match, it's like, okay, who hates who and why is this match happening?
Yeah.
So I gotta imagine that it's gotta be impressive when you can do a good build-up for something like this.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, like, all in all, solid match. Anyways, Edge versus AJ Styles. So this one, it was the match that I was expecting to be very much like the Bryan Danielson-John Moxley match, where it was very much lots of technical wrestling and lots of stuff you're gonna see is just these guys just showing how they're true masters at their craft, and that's pretty much exactly what we got, especially from AJ Styles. Now, I was not expecting Edge to win this, let alone Damian Priest showing up, because I didn't see him on the card, so I figured, I just figured that there was no room for him anywhere. Although it now appears that we might be getting a tag team between Edge and Damian Priest, which I think this is actually extremely beneficial to Damian Priest, because, just having a mentor like Edge, and I can see the contrast that WWE is seeing with the two of them, and I think this is probably a good move moving forward. But I mean, yeah. Now, AJ Styles was a little bit more athletic than he normally is. Mm-hmm. Not that he's not athletic. It's just it almost like he tapped into that old TNA self, but just a little bit. Yeah. Also known as open the fucking door, bring it all back, and Get ready to fly! So, overall, thoughts on the match?
My thoughts on the match, like you, I thought this was going to be a very technical, drawn-out match. To me, this gave me a lot of vibes of the Undertaker versus Triple H match.
Oh, yeah?
Like, because that one was it felt long, but the way that the reason why it was long...
Which one? The Taker, Undertaker one. Taker, Triple H one. There were multiple ones, right?
This is the one at WrestleMania where they brought, the NWO...
Oh, just the one, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
But for me, that one was, very long, drawn out. It was technical for their
NWO,
style.
are you talking Sting versus or Taker?
I might be forgetting the match.
Okay, are you talking which WrestleMania? Are you talking WrestleMania 31?
I think so.
Then that's Sting. Because remember, it was Sting and the NWO, and then it was DX and Triple H. Yeah,
that's right. Yes,
it's okay. You're getting one dark gloomy figure mixed up with another dark gloomy figure. Yeah, it's all good. But I can see that. However, there wasn't nearly as many disqualifications.
Yeah.
And outside fighting, it was mainly just Damian Priest distracting someone for 2 seconds, so there would be a finish.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, solid match. Nothing really bad to say about it. Sheamus and Ridge Holland versus New Day. Fuck this match.
Such a squash.
Nope. Waste of time. And so, first off, love that the New Day are all wearing Big E's attire.
Tribute to when he first won the WWE title.
Yes, that's one thing that Michael Cole pointed out that I didn't notice. Michael Cole actually pointing out something I didn't know. You don't need to tell me the fucking rules, but you can tell me this. It makes sense. So I gotta say, it just, there was nothing. And I knew that Sheamus and Ridge Holland were probably gonna win because out of the four guys competing in this match, does Xavier Woods need a push? He was just king of the ring. Nope. Does Kofi need a push? He was world champion. Nope. Sheamus? Not really. He's been world champion 3 times.
But who has he been mentoring?
Ridge Holland, who I have only heard that name 3 times before even this show. Because, I haven't paid a ton of attention, but I've, roughly been keeping up with things. So the fact that I haven't heard his name that much shows that WWE needs to push him, make him bigger, so, I know who this fucker is. And this wasn't a good way to do that. Because as much as he won, there wasn't any big good showing. It was extremely short. Very short match. What was it, 5 minutes long? Yeah, something like that.
Anywhere from 5 to 7. It was really short.
Now, if we go to a match that was much longer and much better, Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. What are you doing, Zach? What is that? Is that how long the match was? Okay, so Zach just showed up. He got back from his friend's place, and he showed me his phone, and it said 1:40 on it. So not even half that time. Jesus Christ. Hello, Zach. You could have said hi, by the way. What a guy. But yeah, Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory.
Oh my God. I swear, when I saw this match at first, oh my... I knew from the Pat McAfee versus Adam Cole match from, I forget which takeover it was, but that one wasn't...
I forgot it even happened.
Yeah. That one was definitely a good showing for Pat McAfee to show everybody that...
He had some in-ring skill.
Yeah, he wasn't just a pleb that was I want to get into wrestling just cause.
Yeah.
He's not
How many times have we heard that?
Yeah, he's not just a celebrity.
It's just my dream. I want to do it. But no, for real, Pat McAfee does so much more than I expected here. The fact that he tried a swanton bomb, I was not expecting that. Did some of that. He did a backflip off the top rope, jumped right back up, and then nailed him with a superplex. Quite something, and he would get his win. And this is when I was like, wow, this is nuts. But wait, there's more. Because Vinnie Mac was like, it's funny because you can see Pat McAfee celebrating, and you see Vinnie Mac just fucking scolding Austin Theory in the side, and you see him go to take it off some of his clothes, and you're like, he's not getting in the ring. What the fuck is
Pat McAfee's just
76.
Pat McAfee's just get in here.
And he's like, come on. And it's funny because then you see him take his shirt off, and you're like, he's 76, but holy fuck, is he jacked? Vinnie Mac is 76 and is more ripped than any guy you know. Anyone. All of them. They're all not as ripped as Vince McMahon. He goes in and has another match because, how many last matches have we seen from Vince McMahon? Plenty. And I gotta say, it was pretty solid. I was not expecting this at all.
Oh, God. No.
I don't think anyone was. But he would win with some cheating. But it's funny because Michael Cole's like, why isn't the ref ringing the damn bell? That's a DQ. I'm like, you're really going to disqualify Vince McMahon? Pretty sure this guy wants to keep his paycheck, so he's not doing that. You don't fuck with the boss. Vinnie Mac wins. Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out. Dallas, Texas goes crazy because Dallas, Texas, Stone Cold lull. And shit goes through the window.
Austin Theory sells a stunner. And it wasn't...
almost too much.
Yeah.
Because he literally goes down, gets up, goes down again, then rolls out of the ring.
Yeah.
It almost... it reminds me a lot of how HBK was selling the big boot to Hulk Hogan years ago, where he falls down, gets up, and then does basically a flare flop and falls over again.
Just so overdramatic.
So overdramatic. Then he gives it to Vince McMahon, although Vince McMahon tries to get away. That's the funniest thing, because you can tell that he sees the stunner coming. So it doesn't really sell it much, just because, it was a pretty awkward, terrible stunner, but is what it is. And then he finally starts to celebrate with Pat McAfee, and then, of course, he stuns him out of good fashion. And the funniest thing is he's on the ground after getting stunned, and Pat McAfee's still drinking the beer, because he's an absolute champ. Absolute champ. So that brings us to our main event of the evening. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, title for title. What do we say about this? What do we, the quote-unquote greatest no, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Definitely not.
It was one of the most important matches. It was not the greatest match, though. You have not earned that title.
Yes, unifying the titles is definitely a big event to happen, but it's definitely not a big Roman versus Brock match.
Yeah, this is not it's one of those things where imagine talking to WB and being like, you think this is bigger than Rock versus Austin? Really? No. But it was definitely some good shit there. Goddamn, seriously, I want Roman Reigns to stop using this Superman punch. It has lost all of its credibility.
Mm-hmm. It has no impact anymore.
There's no weight to it anymore.
It's just a setup for every other thing he does now.
Boom, 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 boom. You're still gonna friggin' kick out. Yep. It does not matter. It's lost everything.
He can hit you with it 50 times. And
George St. Pierre is the only guy who can use it. He's the only one left. He's the only guy left who can use it. But so... we didn't really see that many F5s, did we see any F5s?
We only seen one.
One, maybe?
There was I think there was 3 attempted, but only one actually hit.
One of the things I love about tag team wrestling that will kind of tie into this a little bit is in-ring awareness. In the sense of, I remember when I watched, when it was DIY versus the Revival, the way that they distract the referee and the other guy would sneak something in. One of the sneakiest little things that I've seen, Paul Heyman as Roman Reigns is locked in the Kimura lock. I didn't even notice this till they did the replay. Yep. He pushes the rope just slightly close so Reigns can grab it for a rope break. Absolutely perfect. Only someone as smart and as much of a veteran and a beauty as Paul Heyman would think of that. And it was just beautiful. The fact that Brock Lesnar can introduce Brock Lesnar better than Paul Heyman can sometimes is kind of scary. The fact that he called himself Cowboy Lesnar is amazing. Top dog. Unlike the big dog as Roman Reigns. Reigns wins. No Rock. No special thing there, but I bet you will see it eventually. Probably maybe SummerSlam. Just because that's a little closer to WrestleMania, so they might be waiting for it to be closer to WrestleMania 39 before that happens.
Especially with the rumor of it's supposed to be The Rock versus Roman next WrestleMania.
Yep.
With The Rock's schedule, they're definitely going to try and drag it out until later.
Roman's not going to have both titles by then. He will lose the WWE title before he loses the Universal title. And there's no question about that. So, all in all, thoughts on night 2, and then we'll go thoughts into the whole thing after. So thoughts on night 2.
My thoughts on night 2, I thought it was a lot better than I expected it to be. Like, yeah, there was the couple flops with, like, the Omos and Lashley match and the New Day versus Sheamus and Ridge
There's always going to be
Holland.
at least 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah, but that's just a given. Like, even though it's WrestleMania, not every match is, like, a 5-star classic.
Unless it's WrestleMania X7. Then they are all 5-star classes.
Yeah, I guess
that's the best one. Fight me. That is the best. I heard someone say 93. 93 is great, but it's not as good as this one. Or not as good as this one. Not as good as X7. But yeah, so I'm pretty much exactly along the same boat. I had a lot of expectation for the Johnny Knoxville match. It delivered in every sense. A lot more Jackass references than I expected, but now thinking back in hindsight, makes a lot of sense. So thoughts on 38 as a whole? This has got to be in the top 50%. We're in one of the. This is one of the better manias. Dallas, you have officially been redeemed for WrestleMania 32 because WrestleMania 32 was shit. It was.
It was not great.
The Hell in a Cell match was the only one. That was the only one
redeemable quality.
The only redeemable quality. There were so many redeemable qualities here.
Oh yeah.
I gotta say, with a lot of the stuff that happened in these matches, I think it screwed up a lot of people's predictions. My brother included, who after I think the Sheamus and Rip Holland match, texted me saying, "I'm out. I lost. Fuck. But yeah. So overall, I want to know what your guys' thoughts on WrestleMania was. I know this video was a little bit shorter, but there wasn't as many intricate things to talk about, I guess. And also, I was kind of speedrunning it a little bit more just because last video was really, really long. I understand not everyone has 30 minutes of their life they can dedicate to hearing this terrible voice. However, I would argue that you could have it to look at this beautiful, luscious hair. But anyways, let me know your guys' thoughts on WrestleMania in the comment section below. Make sure you guys check out Night 1's video. Check out both the live streams. All the timestamps for the start and finish and a few of the special things will be in the comment sections of both of those. Yeah. I'll see you guys
comment,
next
subscribe.
time. Exactly. And now, fuck off.
You take me to him. Take me to the son of a bitch. Take me to him. Come on. Go.